What the heck are managed IT services and what are they good for? In this video, I'm going to help you understand the difference between managed IT services and the other IT support services that you might find out in the wild. Hello, and welcome to this video series that helps you navigate critical IT decisions and use IT services to your advantage. I'm Justin Eckstein, and I bring 2 decades of IT experience to the table, about half of which has been spent deep in the world of managed IT services. I've talked with a lot of people that simply don't understand what managed IT services are or why they might need them. Today, we're going to peel back the onion and get to the heart of it. Let's start with defining managed IT services and understanding the basic differences with other support models. Managed IT services are essentially outsourced IT and help desk support and provide ongoing proactive management of your devices and software. Alternatively, there are things like break fix, which is generally more reactive. It's not necessarily monitoring or managing your environment. It's mostly somebody that you can call when you have a problem. And then there's also something like internal IT support, where you might have one or more employees of your organization providing support and management. Sometimes that's an actual full-time IT employee, and other times that might be the finance person or whoever's just the most tech savvy in your office, and they're just providing IT support to your staff. Some organizations employ more of a hybrid approach, where they might have some functions in-house, like an on-site IT person, and then they rely on an external provider for other items, like a managed IT service provider. So an example might be that you have an in-house full-time employee that maybe does help desk, but they don't necessarily know everything, and so they rely on somebody else for more advanced expertise. We often have discussions with a customer on how we would fit together with their internal IT support team and then defining responsibilities amongst the two. It's important to have a clear understanding of who's doing what. It's impossible for anybody to really know it all in IT anymore. There's so much out there, and we rely on IT and technology for so many things. So a partnership that allows you to have access to a pool of knowledge and experience is really invaluable. So what does a managed IT provider really do? I remember explaining to my parents what I do for a living, and neither of them could really relate at all, because they always did things with pen and paper, or maybe at best with a calculator. My dad owned his own business, and he refused to use a computer. It was all in the books at the end of the day. But today, things are different. Technology is the lifeblood of a company. Even something as simple as email and where you store your files, it's critical. If you don't have access to that and you can't communicate with your customers or your board of directors or whoever that may be, you're just out of luck. And that can really be terrible for a business. If you don't have someone to call for help, that could be a huge problem. So let's dive into some of these things that a managed IT service provider actually does. So it kind of starts with help desk support, kind of the basics, right? Somebody that you can actually call or email and just get assistance when you need it. But then it goes beyond that. So something like monitoring and managing your network, making sure that you are up to date or that things are turned on and working well and performing well. Maybe backing up your information. So that could be things like your files and your applications, maybe on a server, or even things like your email or your SharePoint or your Google Docs, those kinds of things, and making sure that's all backed up and secure. Cybersecurity services. This is a big one. Far too many times have I seen small businesses tell me that they aren't a target, only to turn around and see their business completely brought to its knees by an incident. I'm making it my personal mission to prevent this from happening anymore. We really need to understand where we put our information and how we protect it, and partnering with a managed IT provider can really give you an encompassing expertise around this. Similarly with the cloud, we're more and more relying on cloud services. And I think it's important to understand that just because things are in the cloud doesn't mean that it's easy or safe. You might still need to be able to call somebody or understand that it's protected. Something as simple as just making sure that things are up to date and patched and monitored. It might seem simple, but at the end of the day, it's actually really critical. Those things can get missed and really cause a problem for your business down the road. Another really major one that seems to get missed often is the strategic and consulting component. If you're just running your IT within your business, oftentimes you or your employees are just firefighters, as we say, just putting out fires and just trying to get to tomorrow successfully. So many organizations are missing the strategy and consulting component. They just aren't taking the time or don't have the expertise to do it. Now, I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of nonprofits over the years, for example, and if I know anything, if it's not in the budget, it ain't happening. So this strategic component and missing these things it's important, and it can be detrimental if a key initiative is never planned for or discussed until 3 months before it needs to happen. So thinking strategically is critical. So what are the benefits of using managed IT services? We can think about the things that they're doing, but how does that translate in a business sense? I think one thing to understand is the cost savings aspect. If you have access to tools and support services at a fraction of the cost from maybe having an internal employee or going out and trying to piece together an appropriate solution, that can be huge. Not to mention scalability and flexibility. Being limited to maybe one internal resource can be a problem. If you suddenly have multiple employees with issues and you need to be able to get assistance in a timely fashion, that's important. Another important thing to think about is scalability and flexibility. So essentially the ability to more quickly grow or price the solution to fit your needs at the time without major change. You're also less likely to have support bottlenecks when you work with a managed IT provider. This can be maybe when larger issues arise, or if you just need assistance outside of regular hours, maybe when your internal IT support person is on vacation or just not answering the phone. It's nice to have that what we call a red phone, somebody to call when something really important happens. Another example would be access to expert level support resources, not only within certain products that you might work with, but across multiple industries. Managed IT service providers have a breadth of experience, lots of people with deep knowledge in different areas, and we've come across a lot of different things at the end of the day. So where maybe your internal person, they just kind of are used to what they're used to. They don't necessarily run into all these other kinds of projects and unique situations, and it can be helpful to draw from that expertise. You often don't know what you need until you really need it. Have you ever had a major issue with your car and then you went into a complete panic while finding someone to fix it? Having a managed IT partner can help you avoid a scenario like that when it comes to your technology for your business. Another thing would be improved security posture. So you're able to leverage tools and solutions that might otherwise be out of reach financially, or maybe you wouldn't have the ability to actually manage and support them in-house, like with your own team. That's really important, especially in today's day and age when there's just things are happening so fast and changing so much. Just being able to have that protection and know that you can put your head on your pillow at night and feel like you're doing all the right things. I was talking to a security partner of ours who explained that just a few years ago, a ransomware operator would investigate your environment for about 30 days before they strike. So they're trying to find things like passwords to your backups and trying to get into all these different systems that you might have. And it would typically take them about a month of investigation, and you wouldn't even know that they're there. But now it's happening in a matter of hours from the time that maybe you click a link in an email to where everything's gone wrong for you and your business. And soon it'll probably be within minutes that they're able to accomplish that. So it's only going to get worse. Having a proper security stack in place is crucial. Managed IT services are meant to be an ongoing relationship that provides an affordable way for small businesses to have access to expert help and advanced tools. As a small business, you don't want to be without an IT partner, and you certainly don't have to be left out in the cold wondering how you keep your business's technology and data safe and operational. Thanks for watching today's video. I know all of this information can seem a little overwhelming, so if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below or reach out to our team. We'll have a link in the description.